Hey guys, just finished off the Nightmare on Elm Street collection with Wes Craven's New Nightmare from 1994. Oh my word, I think this is not a very good movie. Funny enough, I've seen a lot of people and heard a lot of people in the past say it's a good movie, but I don't know why, I just didn't like it. Maybe once I tell my thoughts on it, maybe I'll understand as much as you will. Basically, it's now in 52 minutes, so it's quite long for a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of movie. And it starts off with you seeing all these special effects and this guy cutting his hand off. And then you see Heather Langenkamp. I always say her name wrong. Heather Langenkamp and Wes Craven and that were doing special effects. And you realise that the movie apparently is going to be like all the people playing themselves, playing their real selves from the movies. So basically, what happens is they've got this kind of metal Freddy Krueger hand that ends up killing a couple of people, and then she wakes up. That's right, Heather wakes up. And then there's this big earthquake, and I think her husband's name's Chase, and they grab hold of the boy Dylan, and she gets all scared because she sees his fingers are cut, because they were cut in the dream. But he says, don't be silly. So she starts getting these weird phone calls from this pervert who goes, I'm coming for you, real hard. And she ends up having these. She gets the babysitter Julie to come and look after her son Dylan. To be honest with you, I didn't really care about at all because he bored me witless. And she gets in a limo, and the guy says, "Oh, you're that woman, aren't you? Yeah, you're that woman from the film with Freddy." And she goes, "Yeah, that's right." He goes, "You're famous." And she goes, "Am I?" And he goes, "Yeah." And you're like, "Ooh." So they pull over. She gets thrown into an interview on the television set. And he asks her weird questions like, "Would you trust Robert with your son?" And she goes, "Yeah, I guess so," basically. And then Robert England comes out slicing down paper dressed up as Freddy Krueger. He goes, "Way, way," and all that in the crowd, really, really milking it up kind of thing. With her going like this. And then it goes to the next scene of basically her standing impatiently while he's signing autographs like a real champ, like a real person who appreciates their fans. And so basically get this whole idea basically that Heather Langenkamp in the movie is supposed to be a right bitch and doesn't care about her fans, right? Then basically she talks to him and he goes, "I'll see you later." And she basically then finds out that Chase gets killed, her husband. He crashes his car and it turns out he was mutilated with what feels like claws. That's right, claws. And then she goes to his funeral where she sees a Freddy Krueger pulling her son down in the coffin. She jumps in after him, and it turns out that that's all a dream. And if it's not Freddy Krueger, no, that's right, but we're going to get to that later. Robert England's there going like this. And I don't know what it is about Robert England, but in this movie, he just seemed like a real sick pervert. Maybe it's because of the way I've seen him in the other movies. Because he goes, "Heather, if you need any help, just give us a call." And you're like, okay. And he pops off the screen, and later on she calls him, and he goes, "I can't see you right now. I'm going away for a while." And on his own side goes, "I may be away for some time." And that's the end of it, of him. And then she goes and sees Wes Craven about the movie because they don't know what the script's about because he wants them. Oh, sorry. New Line Cinema give her a call and say they want to talk to Heather Langenkamp. And basically they pitched the idea that they want a new Nightmare on Elm Street kind of movie. And they want her as the lead, and they want Robert to be the person, and so forth. But they're waiting for Wes Craven to basically finish the script off. The script. So basically, she's like, "What is this script about? I don't understand." And all this. So then you get to Wes Craven's house, where she basically goes, "What's the sub about, Wes?" And he goes, "I can't tell you, but I'll tell you what the nightmare's about." And he goes like this. And then he talks to her, and you're like, this guy's deluded. This guy's on pot. Because It starts going about how, because Freddy's dead in the nightmares and there's no more films, a real evil spirit has come through. Just like Freddy, who looks just like him, but the evil version, but was being held back because the movies were happening. Now that the movies have stopped, this evil spirit, Freddy Krueger, but dresses in tight gay pants and wears an overcoat with a bone with like a bone kind of claw hand thing, for the thing, right? It's a real evil spirit of like the Freddy Krueger. It was made of Robert England, and basically it's created it into this big, horrible, evil creature that's going to kill everybody. And you sit there going, oh no, right? And basically, Everland came through the movie, gets tortured by this character, chases her about, and she's basically Nancy, but being Heather, basically. And then basically you've got John Saxon in it as well, who plays John in the movie, and then he becomes her dad. There's a certain point in the movie where all these killings have happened, and oh yeah, and the evil spirit runs on the ceiling with Julie, the babysitter, in front of Dylan, and kills her and laughs. He goes, oh, "Hey, that's for you, Dylan," and you're like, "Uh huh." And basically, Dylan gets possessed by the spirit, the evil spirit of the Fred Krueger. And you're like, ooh, this is scary, right? It isn't. He basically ends up running across the motorway, and Freddy Krueger lifts him up and down so he doesn't get hit by the cars. And you just sit there going, mm-mm. And hold on. And basically, she goes chasing after him. There ends up this big epic battle at the end, where it gets set on fire and it gets beaten, and you're like, well, at least this is a semi-fitting end to the ending of Freddy Krueger. A lot better than Freddy's Dead one when it came to, how he died. So it was kind of good that they set him on fire, because that's the way he died in the first place, kind of thing. So it was quite good. And the whole fact that they did the whole Hansel and Gretel story at the beginning and that, and then they kind of finished it off with them killing him that kind of way, was quite cool. I also like the fact that they used a lot of things from the old movies, like how when she tries to get to Dylan, her feet sink into the steps, just like in the original ones. There's a lot of things in it that happened that were in the original movies, which were special. Tuesday Night was in it, and some other people. It just in cameos kind of thing, really. There's a bit where John Saxon goes, "Why are you calling me John, Nancy? I'm your father." And he still doesn't believe her, but bad things are happening. So you're sitting there going, okay, what's happening? And then you find it's a movie within a movie, because when they get out, there's a script on the floor going, thanks Heather, for being Nancy one last time and letting Freddy die the right way, or something like that. And she reads it, she's reading it, and it's the whole film that we've just watched. And you're like, wow, really? So the film could have been great, but the problem is the whole directions of it were too long. What I mean by that was the movie was at least 20 minutes too long. It was very slow starting. Like I should call these reviews the yawning reviews. Basically, the problem was for me was it was too long. It took far too long for this evil Fred Krueger spirit to come and be used. Most of the time, you just saw the hand at the beginning. The makeup was really bad. I like how they changed the look, but it just didn't suit. There was a bit where it's in the fire area, right at the end, and you can see that the mask is off him a little bit. So I didn't like that. And I didn't like Emma Langenkamp's performance. I thought she was great and very beautiful in it. But it just felt like she was on old ground again, just getting paycheck. I mean, Wes Craven just liked her because he had her in the other movies he did. So it kind of annoyed me a bit. The boy Michael Hughes, who played Dylan, couldn't stand him. He's coming for you, mummy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Freddy's coming for you. Boogie, boogie. That was my cat. And basically, it just annoyed me, you know? It just irritated the hell out of me because I was like, what the hell's going on? Freddy Krueger! I was like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, look, he watched it with me. Look, oh, hey. And it just annoyed the hell out of me, you know, because I prefer number 1. I like number 3. I like number 4. The others, they're not as good, but they're all right, I guess. But this film was great, but it was just so slow. When the action picked up, I just felt like I was bored, witless, waiting for something to happen. And when it did happen, it just felt wrong. Like, where's Freddy Krueger, or Fred Krueger, because this is the evil spirit version? Why is he wearing tight leather pants and a big overcoat and dancing? It's like, no. There's a great bit where he sticks his tongue out like, and it swings around and starts hitting Heather Langenkamp in the face. That was great. I really enjoyed that. And her son, little Dylan, he pulled it off her, which I thought was quite funny because how the hell would he be able to pull it off her if she couldn't? But, you know, there were some good highlights in the movie. It was well acted and it was pretty good in some aspects. But it just felt like Wes Craven wanted to do his own end to it. And it just didn't make sense to me that much. It was like, I know you want to do a better ending, but you could have done a far better story. And because the whole thing was really badly executed. I found myself looking at the time a lot, like, when's it going to get to a good part? When's it going to actually happen? You know, and I know a lot of people think it's a good film. And I'm glad they do, because some people have to, you know, but sadly I'm not one of those people. So the film's okay. Heather Langenkamp's great in it, and let's do my final thoughts. My final thoughts is I'm glad I finished the collection. Revisiting most of these because I haven't seen a few of them before was really good. I enjoyed it, but if I had to say my top ones in the movies so far, what I've seen of this collection, I'd have to go with Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Then I'd have to go with number 4, number 2. No, sorry, number 3, number 2, then 5, then 6, and then 7. No, sorry, I'm going to redo that. Number 1, number 4, 3, 2, 7, 6, 5. That's probably how I'd rank them, to be honest, out of the ones I watched out of the original set. I've still got to watch the remake, but that doesn't count to me because it's not in the original set. So, final thoughts. Owe it to yourself to watch the complete collection. Some of them are fantastic, some of them are pretty bad. But either way, it's Freddy Krueger, it's Robert Englund. Why aren't we watching them? We need to watch them at least once to know how we feel about a movie. So go out there, buy it cheap. If you have got it, let me know what you think of all the movies. I personally think that some of them are really good and some of them are extremely bad. But that's just my view. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a lovely day. And expect a new franchise starting real soon in my reviews. Take care, guys, and bye.